Hey guys, Laney50 here. Just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. This is my first vid. Just want to start off by giving you a little taste of maybe what you can expect from the channel here. As you can see on the table here, I've got my AR. So obviously I'm into a lot of the guns and rifles, shooting, things like that. But I have a lot of other hobbies, astronomy, guitars. So I'm into a lot of stuff, and I'm going to try to do a lot of gear reviews. Not just bug out gear, knives, guns, things like that. I'm going to try to get into some other stuff, maybe do some reviews on guitar gear, some reviews on my astronomy gear that I use. I tend to do a lot of astrophotography, deep sky things, photography, also solar photography. So I will like to try to do some, maybe some product reviews on some of my solar telescope and some other things that I have, and some of the gear that I use, my cameras and equipment, things like that. So if you're into any of that kind of stuff, you might want to keep keep checking into my channel, keep tuning in, because I'll try to do is all types of different things, not just bug out gear and knives and guns and things like that. So stay tuned, and hopefully I'll get some of that stuff done too. Anyway, you can see here on the table I've got my Stag Arms AR15 M4 model. Had it for a couple of years. It's basically, I use it at the shooting range a lot, target, 100 yard, 200 yard shooting. Also a primary home defense weapon. I have some stuff that is not shown here, other sights that I have, other scopes, red dot sights that I'm just not going to show today for obvious reasons, limited time. I only got 10 minutes to do this little video here, so I'm just going to kind of do a brief overview of what I've got on my AR, give you a little taste of maybe some things to come. If you see anything on the AR that you like, or maybe you want a little bit more of an in-depth review on, I'll be happy to go a little further, or maybe do some more videos on it. If you just send me some comments, say, hey Laney, I liked your Magpul AFG. How do you like it? Maybe you can do a little bit more review on it. I'd be happy to try to do it for you. What I've got down in front here, first of all, I've got some Magpul P-Mags. Probably the best mag out there. I don't have to tell all you AR guys just how good of a magazine it is. It's an excellent product. Man, you can jump on it, drop it, throw it, step on it, drive on it. The things just hold up like you wouldn't believe. They're basically all I use, although I do have some steel mags as well, but I prefer really not to use them as much as the P-Mags. They're just a lot easier mag to use and very trustworthy, and they hold up to anything you can throw at them, literally. The other thing I have, first of all, I'll start at the top. I've got a Leapers 4x39 scope on. Now, before you start ragging on me saying that's a shit scope, hey, I got a limited budget, limited funds. I'm a regular Joe. I bust my ass trying to make a living and try to make $1, and every dollar counts. However, having said that, the scope is probably under 120 bucks. A few thousand rounds I've placed through this gun. I still haven't had any problems with it. It holds zero. I use common sense, and I tell this to a lot of the guys at the range too. You get a lot of newbies that come down to the range that, oh, this thing ain't holding zero. You got to use Loctite. You got to use common sense when you mount anything on a rifle or a gun. You got to use Loctite, guys. That will help. So that's number one priority. Number two, I always tell people, hey, once you've got it locked down and everything, you really shouldn't have to adjust it much. Maybe a little here and there, elevation, windage, but they should stay pretty much on if you've got it Loctited down. So that's number one. So the scope really holds up well. It's a dual color illumination scope. The quality is really not that bad. For under 120 bucks, I've had really good luck with it. Number two, I have to give a really big shout out to Steve at Safe Arms Review, because he was the one that turned me on to this Phase 5 Tactical EBR V2. That stands for Extended Bolt Release Version 2. Basically, it allows you to activate the bolt catch all with your trigger finger. So instead of hitting the palm of your hand on the paddle and all that stuff, it makes it so this little lever goes all the way down to where your trigger finger actually can activate it. It's very handy. He does an excellent review on that, so I'm going to recommend all you guys who are interested in something like that. It's a real time saver. To check out Steve at Safe Arms Review, again, his YouTube channel. The guy is wonderful. He's excellent. I've learned a lot from him, and I just can't say enough good things about him. He's such a really cool guy, and he's very knowledgeable. I recommend anybody that wants to see this more in-depth or some really great videos from a very knowledgeable person, check out his website. And he does an entire video on just this product alone. He shows you how to install it and everything. So, you know, he can tell you a lot more than I can, and he's got the video for it. I'm just not going to go into that much depth today. The other thing I have is a Badger tactical latch. Really good little product. Very happy with that. And I'm just going to tell you about the other two things that I have on here, which you can see right here, which the handguard that I have installed here is the Magpul MOE handguard, and underneath that I have installed the Magpul AFG, which is the angled foregrip. The reason why I like that product, I've had some people say, it's a piece of shit little product. It works for me, and the reason why I chose that, after using about 3 or 4 other types of grips, I found this to be the most helpful to me, being a guitar player for over 25 years. I develop carpal tunnels every now and then. I get tendonitis. Sometimes the pistol grips, the original ones that I had, the foregrips, just weren't doing it for me. Didn't really help my wrist. It would just hurt. It got uncomfortable to shoot after a couple hours. So I just decided to try this product, and for the $30-something I paid for it, I think that's about average price anywhere you're going to go. For me personally, it just works very well. Can't say enough good about it. I got no complaints about it. It may not be for everybody. Works for me. If you're in a similar type situation, and maybe you have arthritis or something, you may want to give it a try. It really relieves some of the stress off of my left wrist and my left hand. So it really did help. So yeah, there's going to be some other more upgrades on it, maybe. Not too much. I kind of like simplicity on my rifle. I don't like having 30 pounds of shit on my rifle. There's no need for it. The only other thing, again, that I don't have shown is my little red dot sight that I normally have on here for in the home use. But I just got back from shooting yesterday, which was Labor Day. Spent the whole day down at the range, which is why I have this scope on here. Now, the only other thing on here is just to let you know, I kept the original stock on the rifle. The reason why is just because, hey, it works. So far, I've never had any problem with it. The only issue that I have is being that we're in New York. You can't adjust the stock. When I bought the gun, they had to pin it in the position that I wanted it in, and so be it. Hey, our laws suck, what can I tell you? New York's laws suck, what can I tell you? The same thing goes for the magazines. New York laws only allow 10 rounds per magazine. You can't have a 20-round mag or a 30-round mag. Again, thanks New York, you suck. But hey, at least I'm allowed to have a gun such as this. I guess I shouldn't really complain. Now I'm applying for my pistol permit. Let's see how that goes. I might have to wait a year, but again, thanks New York. But hey, I'll do what I can. Anyway, I'm going to call this pretty much an end to the video. Again, if you guys have any comments on anything about the gun, just shoot me a little comment. I'll try to do a little bit more in-depth review on it. But again, check out Steve at Safe Arms Review for his really nice informative video on the Phase 5 Tactical EBR V2. It's really worth the 10 minutes or whatever it is. It goes very in-depth about it. And again, my kudos to Steve. It was a great product, and I thank him for showing it to me, because that's why I bought it. Last bit, I just wanted to say, look, read the Constitution. We have to protect our rights. That's all I got to say. Again, shoot me some comments. Be easy on me, because it's my first video, and just keep the nastiness down. That's all I ask. Just try to be nice. All right, thanks guys. Hope you want to tune in more, because I'll have more stuff to show you guys. Thanks a lot. Take care.